Moxley over the guard of O'Reilly.
Yes, he didn't try for a pin there.
And Kyle O'Reilly knows just how dangerous Jon Moxley can be on the ground. Tony, you and I were on the call when Moxley, we've seen him use that bulldog choke. We've seen him put opponents to sleep with it. But likewise, Jon Moxley knows how dangerous O'Reilly can be. Tapping out just 10 days ago. Tracking that ankle lock.
Classic Jon Moxley here.
Moxley offering his chin, O'Reilly.
Yeah, see, this is a mental game that Jon Moxley uses to show people that they can't beat him. The problem with this is, just 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago, he tapped out to Kyle O'Reilly, so I don't think it's going to work on Kyle.
Moxley with the eye gouge. And now backing O'Reilly up to the corner. Using the strikes, using the elbows. O'Reilly likewise. Now changing levels with the kick. This is where O'Reilly's going to have the advantage. The lethal strikes of O'Reilly. You hear them thudding into the chest of Jon Moxley.
And Moxley was trying to cover up the midsection that time on that last strike.
Well, one of the things I think Moxley was doing, he got his elbow down, he's trying to protect his liver. Oh, look, they're both going like Moxley's fish hooking Kyle. Kyle's going after a single digit. Both of those things are not allowed by the rules, but they are allowed in a no-holds-barred match.
The traditional rules of professional wrestling as observed by AEW. But now the abdominal stretch avoided, and you see Kyle O'Reilly's submission defense clasping his hands together to prevent Moxley from completing the Jijigatame, and now the ankle lock.
There's the ankle lock that got Jon Moxley to tap out 10 days ago.
Moxley, though, escaping to the outside, taking a moment to compose himself. And Jon Moxley, for as great as he has been in All Elite Wrestling, Tony, we have seen him when he is trapped in a situation.
Oh, Marina always gave him a fork.
Yeah, you know it would come down to this sooner or later.
Do you know what that tells me? That tells me Marina Shafir, an excellent judo practitioner and submission specialist as well, she did not trust Jon Moxley to go submission for submission with Kyle O'Reilly.
That is a great point, Brian. Absolutely.
O'Reilly attempting to disarm Jon Moxley. But, Tony, the point I was going to make is that we've seen Jon Moxley, he is prone to panicking when he gets in the deep water. We saw it with Hangman in Texas. We saw it with Darby Allin, the I Quit match, and we saw it again at Blood and Guts. If Jon Moxley finds himself in an untenable situation once again, will he tap out, or that the hand of O'Reilly peeled away?
Yeah, the question is, will he tap out? This is just like Blood and Guts for Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, and he got a boot in the ear.
But see, this is a situation where Mox's vision of Death Jitsu can truly come to its full fruition. A mix of submissions and any weapons you can get your hands on. Look at this.
Bloody O'Reilly receiving it like cross faces from Moxley. That is the forearm, the bone of Jon Moxley coming across the bridge of the nose, the face of Kyle.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, his version of Death Jitsu. He's got a face lock there, and then someone backing him and then pulling at the nose.
How long does it take for the loss of blood to really have an effect on you? I guess it changes with the pace of the match.
It depends on how rapidly you are losing blood. If it's anything like what we saw in Greensboro 2 Wednesdays ago in the Blood and Guts match, Kyle O'Reilly may not be long for this match. Oh,
And look at this straight arm lock. You can see Mox putting a fulcrum behind the elbow joint of Kyle O'Reilly. With his knee down on his face, he's bending his neck to one side, and Kyle O'Reilly's had neck surgery. This is a bad situation.
Oh, the fingers of O'Reilly. Moxley with a half Nelson, completes in the full. You mentioned the neck surgery, Brian. You can also see that the neck, the upper back of Kyle O'Reilly, very heavily taped as Marina Shafir, slight smirk on her face.
Yeah, and that full Nelson, that's banned in amateur wrestling because of how dangerous it is.
Oh! Just a toe kick with those heavy combat-style boots.
I've never seen anyone so sadistic as Jon Moxley. I mean, really, he's in a class by himself. And I've seen a lot of sadistic guys. Nothing like Moxley.
Ankle pick from O'Reilly. And over, and now the ankle lock is cinched in.
No, the ankle lock. The ankle lock.
He forced Jon Moxley to submit, and now changing into the side headlock.
Yeah, this is more of a face lock. You see his forearm cranked against Jon Moxley's cheekbone.
Drop suplex, though.
Right onto Kyle O'Reilly's neck.
Moxley noticed the fork at his side, picking up that weapon that thus far has proved very, very useful.
See, this is the type of thing Jon Moxley is used to doing to his opponents in these types of matches.
Describe that one, Excalibur?
He jabbed a fork in the man's nipple.
There you go, thank you. That's all you can say, right?
I wonder if there's a term for that in Death Jitsu. O'Reilly, again, finding himself, his neck attacked by Jon Moxley. For as sadistic and as wild as Jon Moxley can seem, Brian, he is also a highly intelligent professional wrestler.
Yeah, highly intelligent. And you see the way he's getting Kyle O'Reilly's arms wrapped around that top rope, exposing Kyle O'Reilly's neck. And in a normal match, this would be illegal, and the referee counted 5. Oh! Kyle O'Reilly's got his arm, and he's got Darce. A stranglehold on the apron.
And now Jon Moxley trapped in the grip of O'Reilly. Now O'Reilly going after the leg of Moxley. Dragon screw inside the rope, and now the leg of Moxley trapped over the middle rope against the bottom. Moxley.
Now the Armageddon locked in.
But Moxley using, there is no rope break for Moxley, but he was using it to create some extra leverage to free himself from the grip of O'Reilly.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Kyle O'Reilly a long time. And even when he was covered in his own blood 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, his confidence couldn't be shaken. He knows he's got Moxley's number. And look at him here fighting back from being forked all over his body.
Double leg takedown by O'Reilly, and now Moxley face first into the ring post.
I thought it was going to be face first into the steps, but the ring post just as bad, maybe worse.
And now visible concern on behalf of Marina Shafir. O'Reilly steadying himself on the Spanish announce desk. You asked about the fatigue, Tony, and how that sets in. Brian, as you lose blood in a match like this, or just in any scenario, but as you lose blood, you're losing oxygen as well. Breathing becomes harder and harder. Your gas tank isn't the same.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago at Blood and Guts, though. I saw Kyle O'Reilly training with his trainer, and they train extensively on breath work, improving the circulation of oxygen in his body. And you notice at Blood and Guts, and Kyle O'Reilly was bleeding buckets, and at no point did he waver. At no point did his cardio come down to the point where he couldn't continue. I don't think that's going to be an issue for him here.
What a risk. And what a payoff the drop kick with Moxley wedged against the barricade.
You were right. What a risk. Risked his own self, and he's getting up slowly as Kyle.
And now, John Moxley kind of looked there. I'm not sure if that's his blood or Kyle O'Reilly's, but it wouldn't surprise me if Moxley was busted open by that ring post.
Yeah, it looks to me like that's actually Moxley's blood.
Yeah, it's streaming across the top of his forehead.
Oh, Moxley. Cutter attempted.
Now the ankle lock again. Another ankle lock.
Moxley lost his grip, and now O'Reilly has Moxley trapped in the ankle lock yet again. Moxley trying to will himself on, but spoke about how the panic has a way of setting in for Moxley now. Transitioning. It's not a triangle sleeper. This is a triangle choke, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, this is but
Now another Armageddon locked in. Another Armageddon.
straight ankle.
Moxley using those heavy boots, though, hammering down, kicking O'Reilly in the face.
I mean, guys, this is just a war.
We expected no less between these two men. O'Reilly, he saw Moxley poised to strike with the fork instead.
And third, a consecutive Armageddon locked in.
Oh, and kicked perilously close to Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, and then he's got Moxley.
And he's fucking Moxley.
Oh, my. Look at the face of Moxley, would you please?
That these two men will go to win this match.
Kyle O'Reilly steadying himself after attacking Moxley. Now it's O'Reilly looking for underneath the ring.
Remember, it was O'Reilly that said he wanted this match.
He called for no holds barred. And chain coming into play. As inside the ring, Moxley. John Moxley is an athlete, and when he tastes his own blood, it seems to motivate him.
Yeah, he popped right up Excalibur, you're right.
But now you can see that he's hesitant. I think it's the sight. It's not his own blood, it's Kyle O'Reilly's blood in the chain wrapped around Kyle O'Reilly's neck. It's bringing fear into the heart of John Moxley.
It reminds John Moxley of All In and Hangman.
Some very vivid memories of that chain being wrapped around Moxley's throat in Texas.
And now Kyle O'Reilly's doing it to him again, this time with a guillotine on.
Standing guillotine. And Moxley, though, trying to extricate himself from that chain. No, he's wrapping it around O'Reilly's neck while he's trapped.
I mean, it's an obvious comment, but if you bring a chain in, it can be used against you as well.
And Moxley now able to transition into his own guillotine, but O'Reilly and Moxley, oh man, now I guess thinking suplex from this position, but they're linked at the neck, Brian, by that chain.
Yeah, I mean, they were both going for guillotines with the chain. And now they're wrapped. They're connected around the neck by that chain.
Right, for a guy like Kyle O'Reilly who's had those neck problems, awfully dangerous have that chain in around his neck.
100%.
Understandably, the pace slowing down, but this could be dangerous for Kyle O'Reilly because even though the pace is slowed, I think the tension has heightened. The lengths that John Moxley is willing to go to have increased as this match has progressed.
Yeah, I mean, this loss would be devastating for John Moxley. I mean, think of how long it's been since John Moxley's actually won a match. It's unprecedented in his career here in AEW.
Kick to the knee, axe kick, and a rolling elbow strike.
That inside leg kick by Kyle O'Reilly was vicious.
But Moxley grabbing that chain, it's around the throat of O'Reilly, and now puts him over into the bulldog choke. choke with the assistance of the chain. Kyle O'Reilly in serious trouble here.
Yeah, we'll see what. Oh, look at this. Great maneuvering by Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle O'Reilly's submission defense is second to none. And look, he's got mounted position and doing ground and pound.
Moxley, from the bottom though, he's got his thumb pressed into the Adam's apple of Kyle O'Reilly.
He's got both fingers in his mouth.
O'Reilly
Now the another Armageddon.
into the cross arm breaker, but Moxley. Now it's Moxley with the advantage. Moxley with the ankle lock.
So they can turn the tables on Kyle O'Reilly with that ankle lock now.
STF from Moxley.
Oh, and then, oh my gosh, Kyle O'Reilly's
Stabbing John Moxley's head with the fork. Moxley forced to release the grip.
Stop by Moxley.
Moxley's in pain. I don't know where he was going.
Oh my gosh, and you can see the fork marks on John Moxley's hand.
Moxley introducing a chair. The hand of Kyle O'Reilly being laced through the chair.
Up to the elbow, past the elbow.
Gosh, this is a bad position for Kyle O'Reilly. John Moxley could break his arm here.
There's the bicep too.
Moxley. The left arm, you see how the left arm, Brian, of Kyle O'Reilly going limp.
Yeah, I'm afraid Kyle's going to have to go the rest of this match with just one arm, to be honest with you. The celebration of the Marine on the outside.
O'Reilly's arm bending at a grotesque angle there. As Moxley now attacking.
Kyle fight.
Right hands to the body, but a knee. Moxley, the Death Rider.
Oh my gosh, look at the angle, but Kyle O'Reilly's grabbing his tights to keep Moxley from bending it too far.
O'Reilly, some submission defense there. Moxley, can he complete this? No, O'Reilly rolls through. Moxley, though, maintains the hold and wrenching on the arm of Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly, counter, O'Reilly now.
And going for that toe.
Now another ankle lock.
This is amazing.
A gutsy performance here by Kyle
There are
O'Reilly.
no rope breaks.
Look for the ropes, there's no break. Now trying to set him, attacking the Achilles. And wrapping the chain around the foot of Moxley.
Yeah, I think he might need that because I don't know if that one toe was working.
Another ankle lock.